how are you? So now that we're being filmed, now that there is a visual record of this, I can get started and not say anything too horrible. My name is Sean Kennedy. I'm an organizer for 1 Million Cups. What's 1 Million Cups? Are you guys asking yourselves that? Good. Okay, so how many new members of the audience here today? How many people is this your first time? Nice. Welcome, guys. I think you'll find this is a fun event. We have two entrepreneurs from the community who get up here and tell you about the cool things they're building, what they're making, what they're creating here in Tampa Bay. And then it is our responsibility as an audience to ask them questions, seek clarification, think through our connections, what we can do to help them grow their businesses right here. As I mentioned, we have a team of organizers, Chris, Danielle, Marianne, JJ there. We also have Carly, who puts together the weekly emails and tell you all about everything, gets everything set up. If you're not getting those weekly emails, there's a sign-in sheet right over there by the door. We promise not to give you too many emails, just the necessities, how you can get in contact with these entrepreneurs, how you can help them, and about events going on in the community. We also could not do this without our sponsor, Cal Coffee. Thank them by purchasing their coffee on days that are not Wednesday mornings. But without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my friends with running Smoothie to tell us a little bit about what they do. Guys?
All right. Thank you all for coming out. So we're running Smoothie. My name is Mike Miller. This is Holly, my partner. So I'm going to start off with a question. How many of you all like chocolate or desserts or anything? A lot of desserts, right? Everyone. Holly and I are different. We love chocolate. We love all sorts of desserts. In fact, we have a routine at night. The last hour of the night, we spend watching shows or movies. And when we do that, we wind up eating some sort of dessert. We used to make brownies and cookies and ice cream. But we're really health-conscious people outside of that hour. So we thought, there's got to be a healthier way to get this sort of craving, right, to fix our sweet tooth without doing it in such a bad manner, or not having brownies or cookies. And so, in the full entrepreneurial spirit, we thought, here's a problem, let's solve it. So Holly got to the lab, she got to the kitchen, we started crafting and coming up with different dessert ideas and all sorts of different recipes. And she came up with this. This is one of the things we came up with. It's called the chocolate rain. It's one of our most popular smoothies that we sell to date. And it was actually the first one we came up with. And what it is it uses raw cacao, which is the purest form of chocolate. It uses almond butter, which is pure almonds, almond milk, we make ourselves. It uses bananas and dates, which also add to the sweet. So it's everything that you want, but just out the guilt, right? So we had an idea after about a couple of weeks of doing this. We thought, if we like this, if this is something that we were looking for, I wonder if other people wanted this too. And that is how we came up with the idea for running Smoothie. So you're probably all wondering now, who are these people, right? Standing up here talking about Smoothie. So my name's Mike, like I introduced. I've worked in logistics for the past 8 years. I authored a book. It's called Rock, Kickstart Your Nutritional Journey. It's available on Amazon if you guys are looking to kickstart your nutritional journey. It was published in Tampa Bay Wellness Magazine over the summer, and I've been featured on West 2 News in Orlando. Holly, she's a certified health coach, certified food safety manager. She's been in the food industry for quite some time, and she has a bachelor's degree in fine arts. So she does everything from logos to the creation of our recipes and everything in between. So some of our past accomplishments. We've been doing this for about 2 years. Started October of 2014. And we spent 2 years just setting up the farmers markets, right? We wanted to figure out, is this something viable? Can we do this? And is this sustainable? So we set up the farmers markets everywhere from Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater. The last year we kind of weaned it down to just staying at Pierce Street Market in Clearwater. It's a pretty big farmers market. And we moved on to festivals. So we're regularly running at festivals. We have one next week where we'll be doing Earth Dance in Lakeland. It's a 3-day music festival. That seems to be a bit more of our market. We worked with Jackson's Bistro in downtown Tampa. It's a restaurant. So they were selling smoothies. And they weren't great quality. They came to us. They asked us, hey, can you guys come up with different recipes for us? So we went in, talked to people how to sell or how to make them, what things to use, what type of blenders to buy. And now they're selling 3 of our smoothies that we gave them, which has increased their revenue. And then we published this book, which is pretty much a collective collective idea of some of our recipes and everything we've learned that we wanted to kind of share with our audience, as we mentioned. So our plan to market. We started with, like I said, the farmers markets. That was kind of what we presented last year at 1 Million Cups in Tampa. That's what we were talking about. It was like, there are farmers markets, this is how we're going to get our name out there, and see if this is sustainable. This part, the next phase 2, is we're doing deliveries of juice and smoothie cleanses online. So that's what I'm going to spend the rest of the presentation talking about. That's where we're at. So if you're not familiar with what a cleanse is, it's like almost like a 1, 2, or 3 day. You're just drinking juices just to kind of flush out some of the toxins in your body. So the next, and then the last part is building partnerships with local gyms. That's what we're going to be phasing into next. So the problem, you have quality and you have convenience, right? So if you want quality, you're in St. Pete, right? And you can go to a juice shop here and buy from your local juice shop. You're probably not going to go to Canada, but you might. You're definitely not going to go to Jacksonville. And the reason you're going for quality is because it's a 3-day shelf life. It's literally just as good as eating the fruit itself, drinking the juice. It has a 3-day shelf life. After that, there's a bunch of different problems with it. Or you have convenience. So you can go to any Whole Foods, any 7-Eleven across the state, and you can get, let's say, a naked juice. You go to Starbucks and get Evolution. It's convenient because it's been pasteurized. That's the key here. It's been pasteurized, so it's a 30-day shelf life. It's been heated. When you do that, you sacrifice some of the nutrients. So you have quality, which has the nutritional value, but you can't have it over a 3-day shelf life. Or you have convenience, which has a 30-day shelf life, which is kind of giving up some of the quality. But you can't have both. So we came up with a simple solution. It's not rocket scientists. We're taking our cleanses and we're selling them online on Amazon, all throughout the United States. And how we're able to do this, we came up with the thermal packing, which we've got from the company manufacturer. We froze our juice from the minute that they were pressed, and then we freeze them and ship them. And they're able to get to the customer within 3 days, still frozen, and still fine. So it's just like buying that juice. So we've broken into this online market. We just started it, and we're pushing through that now, and that's the phase that we're in. So the last thing, and I know that the famous question from 1 Million Cups is, what can the community help us with? And really, what we're looking for is maybe a partnership with the juice shop out in California, if somebody knows that, because that would help us with our online shipments, or partnerships as we roll into our last phase with gym owners that are looking to increase revenue. And if that's possible, if you know somebody like that, it'd be great. We can talk about terms between all of us and some sort of incentive. So thank you for all coming. Any questions?
Are you working on this part-time right now and having another job, or is it?
Yeah, I still work in transportation, and we do the markets on the weekends, and transitioning the online thing. We're hoping we're getting it online is based on some of the sales that we've tracked in other companies, that we can take this and fully put in an employee. So yeah, but the transportation piece has helped me figure out how to get this stuff from point A to point B in a timely fashion.
So when it comes, I saw the picture of 12 different juices in the box like that. When you break the seal of your box where your freeze is, they all have to, I assume, go in your freezer.
Yeah. So when you
right, it's more about the final.
So when you get it, it'll come frozen or partially frozen, and if you're ready to have it then, you can put it into the fridge and then drink it as it comes, or you put it in the freezer and have it when you do. When you freeze it, it's literally freezing it in time, so it's just as good as having it the day that you're drinking.
And so that gives you 30 days?
No, 30 days is when it's pasteurized.
Okay.
So, a naked juice has been pasteurized to be heated, and ours are not. So they're just, it's quality with convenience is what we're going for, where you can order it online, and then it'll come to you, and it's still frozen, so you're still getting that quality, but you're able to get it if you live up in New York, or if you live over in Texas, you can order it from us.
And how many days do you have?
Once it's defrosted, you have the 3 days.
Okay,
But it's been frozen, yeah.
It can be frozen
Yeah.
forever?
Yeah.
What components do you lose when you pasteurize?
We don't pasteurize. So
No, I know you don't.
Oh.
To make a difference.
So there's 2 different types of pasteurization. There's a heat pasteurization, which is like a flash. They literally submerge it in some degree of heat. And what it does is it kills the bacteria, but it also kills the nutrients. So So you can't have one together. Or there's HPP, which is a new process where they submerge it under pressure, and that kills bacteria as well.
What's the significance of running smoothie?
So nutrition on the go. So really what we're going for is you can order it, busy lifestyle, you can order it, like I said, up in New York. We'll send it right to your doorstep. You got it right there. And also, eventually we want to have a food truck with it too. So it's all nutrition on the go.
How long have you been selling it online, and what challenges did you have to overcome to be able to do that?
The online piece was tough because, like I said, we have to figure out how to keep it frozen. If it comes unfrosted, there's a problem. So we started about 3 months ago, trying to figure out how to do it. We got it up and running maybe a couple weeks ago. Now it's online. But the challenges were figuring out how to keep it frosted for a couple days and keeping the shipping costs down. That was the biggest problem because I can overnight it to you, but it's going to cost me $80, and nobody's going to pay that for a ton. So that was our challenge: was how do we keep our shipping costs down, but also keep it frozen? And that took us a lot of trial and error, a lot of missed purchases on our end.
So how much do they retail per bottle?
So, well, it's the whole box, so you get 12. We're selling this 12. It's $68 plus a $30 shipping charge, which selling it online, that's another challenge to speak to. It's a lot cheaper than if you were to go down to the store and buy it, because there's a couple other vendors that are doing it online. There's 2 other ones, and so we had to kind of match their price. They were really competitive compared to just selling it at a local shop. So it's probably, if you were to go to a local shop, probably $20 under market price from buying. Well, that was another challenge, was figuring out how do we keep this cost down and able to ship it. So that was a challenge, to stay competitive.
So the current setup you have with the juice, what capacity gallons can you currently do with your kitchen you're doing now?
Yeah, so right now we have one juicer, one commercial juicer, and one commercial blender. We have it set up so we can do 10 a day. We haven't maxed that out. We have 10 cleanses a day. When we're at the market, we could probably do one person if it's one smoothie every 2 minutes that we figured out. So if the 2 of us are going to a market, it's 2 every 2 minutes.
So do you have a performer laying out what equipment you need and everything else to take it to the next level?
I don't have it documented, but because of the research that we've done, just getting it to this point, I know exactly what I need, what type of commercial blenders that we'll need next, or what type of commercial juices that we need for the next level. Yeah, because we're anticipating, based on a lot of the research we did on Amazon, and some of this online stuff, that once we get it up and running, like fully with the reviews and everything, we should be hitting a pretty significant amount.
USDA, where do you guys stand with USDA since you're shipping across state lines?
You mean like the stamp of approval?
You have certified labels and inspections and...
From all my research, I didn't find anything where we had to have a stamp for shipping it through Amazon.
label approved?
Do you already care?
No, I don't think we can get through FDA.
Is there any home certification you need to provide to show that you have HACCP procedures in place and probably background test food safety in the background? If you have procedures in place showing you have a HACCP program?
We don't need that unless we're pasteurizing one of the stores. So that's where that comes in. And that, we looked into doing that, because we were thinking about doing the pasteurization piece, but we're not ready for that, and I don't know if we want to sacrifice the quality just yet. So yeah, you don't need that type of plan unless you're doing pasteurization in stores.
Great presentation. I feel like the shipping alone might not be a big enough differentiator. But one thing that caught my attention was this, the juice cleanse. I hear everybody kind of I hear about it a lot, but I think a lot of folks don't know what they're supposed to drink, how often, how many days. They probably go to the internet, they probably research it, ask some friends, do all that. And they said a lot of folks don't, nationwide, right, don't have access to the quality and convenience of the kind of quality that you have. So why not just package it up as, it's a 3-day juice cleanse. It's a 3-day juice cleanse in a box with the instructions, the steps. I think that people would spend more money or get shipped a juice cleanse, but I don't know. I mean, if you're competing just among other people shipping juices, that seems to be a pretty crowded.
So on Amazon, there's 2 other not, people haven't figured it out yet to kind of jumpstart. But to your point, what we do, and I don't know if we advertise it enough, but when you order it online, an email comes through that tells you exactly what to do. This is what you need to do to prepare, this is how it's going to be done, these are the orders that you drink it. But we probably can do a little more with in showcasing that, hey, we're doing this. We also offer, because she's a certified health coach, a 5-minute conversation with a parent that will walk you through on what you need to do, how to prepare. Because you're right, a lot of people are a little timid by it because it is kind of hard. I mean, you're drinking literally liquids. You're almost fasting to a point for a day, 2 days, 3 days. So
Yeah, just as a follow-up, the presentation didn't come across as having that kind of unique angle to it. It came across as hey, we're making quality juices and we're shipping them, and then for $83, $90, so if I spend $8 or $10 on a juice at that time, I'm kind of not as expensive, but it's good for me.
Right.
But so I might be convince myself to make that one-time purchase every now and then, but to spend $80, $90.
Right.
I don't know if I would do that, but if you had to give it to if you saw it if there was a teen magazine or something like that, go to juiceplants.com and for $60 get everything you need. I feel like that.
what you're speaking about is content, right? And that's a huge part. Is there's probably people online that you know of. I think like Greg Cardone, you probably heard of that guy. He's all over the internet. These people just putting out content. That's how you hear about him. So maybe it's like a point for us to do what we're trying to do. It's just a lot of work. It's putting out art. That's why we wrote the book. That's why we wrote the article that was published in Tampa Bay Wellness Magazine. On our Facebook page, we're putting out different things. On our Instagram, we're putting out different things. So it's kind of getting content out there. So when people are researching and they stumble onto us, it's kind of helping them walk through the process, and then they feel comfortable enough with us that they just know what they're doing, or they're providing this information. If I'm going to purchase it, I'm going to go to them. Go ahead.
Hi, your product strikes me as something of a niche product, and your pitch, I think, is directed toward the kind of broad consumer market who are health conscious. Have you identified any specific markets where there is existing demand for that specific product?
As far as consumer?
As far as buying?
Yeah, women, pretty much from 30 to 50 is our market. And that was, so one of the really good benefits of the farmers markets is we were able to have conversations with consumers, involving growing consumers, and we tracked that over the last 2 years and figured out who our actual market was, and it's women. And that's when we do target marketing, that's when we advertise too. And also, that's why we work with music festivals, because that type of consumer, the type of consumer that's going to go to a music festival is the type of consumer that's going to buy a juice or smoothie.
Isn't there any kind of sub-market that has the demand right now for this kind of product that you can focus on, apart from just the broad demographic?
So that's why the next phase 2 we want to go into our gyms and the CrossFits and work with them, because it's really health people, but it's people that are actively healthy, into fitness, and running, like partnering with triathlons or races. Those are the people that are going to drink this. And if you were to dig deeper into that, it's people that go to a gym or to a CrossFit or to a race that are women between 30 and 50.
Have you tried the other 2 competitors that are shipping online? Have you tasted their products?
No, we haven't.
I would recommend it, just because, I tried both your carrot and your chocolate, and it's amazing. So.
Thank you. What we did was, because I did a lot of research on Amazon. There's a lot of people that teach you how to sell on Amazon. You can listen to podcasts. So one of the things I picked up, which I did, was reading the reviews, reading the negative reviews, and seeing what people are saying. Hey, this is what I don't like. And one of the things that they were saying is that they're too sweet. So we try to do a balance of making ours sweet, but also making them healthy as well. So as we didn't taste them, but we did do that before we did. That's definitely on our list that we need to do. Sorry.
Yeah, the differentiator again, if I have Nutribullet, if I went online and looked at all the ingredients and decided to do it myself versus what you do, why would I go with you?
It took us years to keep certain things, and there's certain ingredients in each juice that are designed for a specific reason. So that's really why you're trusting, like the reason you go to a gym to work out at a gym as opposed to just running outside or doing your weights. It's kind of you're trusting like a personal trainer. You're trusting a company that has done the research, which we published in the book, which pretty much explains everything that we've done and why we've done it. But you can, to answer your question, you can go and get it all yourself. It's a lot of work to make 12 juices for yourself and then figure out how am I going to keep these without them going bad and spoilage. So convenience would be big.
What we just sampled, was that a smoothie or a cleanse?
Well, so the smoothies and the juices are in the cleanse, right? So you sample two, which is the carrot and the chocolate. I'm not sure which one you had, but those are inside the cleanse, part of the package. So
Just drinking that chocolate is a cleanse my,
well, the reason why is I want to spend too much time, but it's because of, you can go get a chocolate smoothie which has Hershey's chocolate in it and it has milk in it, and you don't know where that stuff's made from. What we've done is we've taken the purest versions of it. We've made no almond milk. We've taken raw chocolate, pure almond butter. That's why it's because it's all natural. That's why it's cleansing.
and just a fun follow-up then. So if I did my math correctly, you said $8, I guess, per bottle. And I've not done a cleanse. I've bought lots of smoothies that are a lot less than $8. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand. So the cleanse, to buy a cleanse is a lot more than
Yeah.
$8. I've never done that.
Correct. So, not naming like, smoothie competitors, you can go, you can get one, but what you have to be conscious of is what they're putting in it. And that's the difference. So I can come up with a $3 smoothie, but it's not going to have the benefits of what we're using. Because in order for us to get the purest form, it costs us more, which in turn. And that's what we're the point of the cleanse, right? If you were to do a cleanse of just chocolate smoothies or maybe Hershey syrup and milk, it's really not going to, it's no different than just what you're normally eating. The point of this is to pull out the toxins, everything's organic, everything's pure.
So are you selling, I sort of know what you're selling, but you're selling improved health, you're not selling smoothies.
Yeah.
And so is improved health, is that like the focus of your marketing campaign? Is that where you're really trying to talk about yourselves, or because you lead with smoothies and
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that
Smoothies as a negative.
smoothies for $8 or it was, not a good deal with maybe improved health.
Yeah, you're right on the marketing, and that's really what we're selling. And that's why we do smoothies, but we also do juices as well. Juices have a better correlation in the brain. Smoothies have been, they kind of went down the wrong alley with certain companies. But you're right, that's where the cleanse, the idea of the cleanse is for improved health.
You said that you were studying your competition and looking at being competitive, obviously,
Yes.
with sending the juice and folks. Can you go into detail? Like who is competing with you for what quantity, for bottle and price? Can you go a little bit into detail? I have difficulties like comparing that market
Right.
and looking at.
So online, it's called Juice from the Raw, and then there's Raw Generation, two companies that are based on New York, which ship them online. And price point, we're right with them. So we literally looked at their price, broke it down by per bottle, everything, and matched the price and decided, because we didn't want to go on Amazon, and we didn't want to go on Amazon and go with a higher price because we just wouldn't get the traffic if there's two people coming in lower. So their price is per bottle is where ours is. But the key drivers on Amazon, you'd be surprised, is almost the pictures. So that picture, and it was kind of light, but we did some work. Just because we organized it that way, this really helped us over the last week when we launched it. Oh wait, sorry, this guy had a question.
Sorry, two-part question. So is your number one concentration the Amazon sales, or is it kind of the logistics of going into the local gyms and everything, or is that two-part, both of them concentrating on the same thing?
We had three plans to market. One was, which we're already done with, we're continuing doing is the farmers markets, figuring out if we can do this. And then there's the online shipping to Amazon, we call it our own e-commerce, focusing there. And then the next part, so we want to go into gyms and then eventually open a store. The reason, we wanted to build a strong following before we opened the store, because we felt that would be the easiest way to pick. This is like the easiest transition, entry into barrier.
Okay, so just the second part of the question, and I think that this is just a suggestion, and I think from the sound of this room, and then just touching base on what Chris has talked about, is I think there's a little bit of confusion between the cleansing aspect of it and the smoothie and the juice aspect of it. I think we finally figured out that it's all in one,
Right.
which I think we were thinking it's two different things. you know, I would probably suggest maybe, if there is a possibility, setting up a differentiator, because I can tell you that if I go to the gym and I'm checking out and I see a smoothie, I'm probably not gonna pick up a cleanse.
Right.
But I will pick up a smoothie that's healthy for me, instead of getting a power bar if it's got the protein and everything that I need. But on the other hand, if I'm a consumer that's looking for a 3 to 4 day cleanse and do nothing but, it might be the same thing,
Right.
but in the back of my mind, you guys might be targeting 2 types of consumers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, I
Have
think
you,
you're right.
have you thought about that, or?
You know, and honestly, yes, but not as in depth as, like, I think he started it with the selling of the health, and then because you're right, because we started selling the cleanses at the market slowly, and we said, this is a big ticket item, let's see what we can do with this, that's a little different, and that's why we went online, and we thought, we do this online, so, but you're right, it's kind of 2 separate mindsets, right? You're coming out of the gym, you want a smoothie, you grab it, but you go for a juice cleanse or a smoothie cleanse, you're the type of person that's saying, okay, it's the New Year's, I'm start over, I want to detox, I want to remove my body, that's what I'm doing. 2 separate mindsets. And you're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
because if I'm walking out of the gym and it says something that's a cleanse on it, I mean, and I'm going back to work,
Right.
probably not going to pick that up, because I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I might not make it to work.
Right.
So. But I'll have a juice.
Yeah, well, so that's what we focus. That's why we're focusing the cleanse piece online. And you know, and I probably did spend enough time. We do the markets, we sell the smoothies and the juices, and we'll market the cleanse there.
Okay.
And then we do the cleanse piece online, and then for the gym site, that's where we want to do more.
Yeah,
Because focus
yeah.
on just
And your revenue, I think could be, you could increase your revenue on one of them and maybe decrease it and make it even more competitive on the other aspect.
Right.
So, you know, the juice aspect of it, you can price it below competition, let's say it's $7 or $6.50.
Right.
Where on the cleanse part, I think somebody would pay $10
Correct.
or $11 a day for a cleansing, you know, bottle.
Yeah.
So you might come up to the same revenue stream, but it actually might make you more competitive.
Yeah, correct, thank you.
Do you make any medical or health claims about the benefits of the cleanse? And is there any legal liability of effectively putting people under a 3-day liquid diet?
So on all of our things, is consult a doctor before you go on any sort of claims. We don't make any claims. And we don't even try to claim it's going to make you lose weight. It will. And I mean, if you go on a 3-day juice diet, you're most likely going to lose weight, but we don't claim that because we can't. Legally, we can't say, because then we can get sued very liable for that. So no.
Two things. One, just yes and yes. When you named your 2 competitors on Amazon, I know what they are because one was juice in the raw and one was raw or the juice. I don't know. But, you know that if I'm looking for a raw juice cleanse, in their name, I know what they are.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I think of a smoothie, I think of more of this. You know, I've been to Smoothie King,
Yeah.
and I know they're not good for me, but they're good. It's basically a shake, and I'm okay with that. So you might want to consider, to what this fellow is saying, just to differentiate yourself so it looks like a raw juice cleanse.
I agree. When we do marketing online, we look at the name. The first, because Amazon is very keyword. We promote our research, but it says juice cleanse, and it has that right in the name. We try to make that so it's very legible there online. But you're right, because like I said, there's a negative connotation with smoothies have almost got ruined, but it's almost, if you taste it, it's very similar to what a juice is. It's just a different name, and people in their back of their mind,
Perception is reality.
you're right, absolutely.
2 things. First is, you know, all these guys keep telling you how bad your price is, but seeing as they're not your target market, you know, take that as with a grain of salt, because a lot of women are spending a lot more money on this than what they're thinking. The other part of it is thank you for presenting, and I get to ask your final question. If you could repeat again what the community can do for you.
So one of our 2 things, one of our difficult spots is shipping to the West Coast. And if anybody has some sort of connection or a shop out there, that would help. I know it's a stretch. And then 2, which may be more easier, is any type of gym owner that may be looking to increase revenue by putting a smoothie or a juice shop inside of their gym, similar to like what LA Fitness does. So thank you.
Well, thank you all for coming out. Any interest in presenting at 1 Million Cups? There are a lot of benefits to it outside of just this room. You have 75 different communities. You have the option to go into present and after, and all you have to do is be under 4 years in business, doing something innovative and scalable. And if you have any questions about whether or not you would qualify or one of your friends, feel free to send them our way, and then that way we'll help them get them through the process and explain a little bit more about it. But I will go ahead and get out of the way, and please give a warm round of applause for our next presenter, our food experiment society, correct?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ernesto, and my background is professional pastry chef and professional artist, visual artist. So my company is our Food Experiment Society. And in 1998, I was working for one of the best hotels in my country as a pastry chef. And I had only two questions on my head. One was, can we create communication with ingredients? And the other one was, what would be next in food fusion? Years later, I was doing my thesis graduation in fine art at the school, San Alejandro, and I did in chocolate. We're looking right now, it's in chocolate, and the question was, is chocolate an ingredient, an art piece, something together that makes it in ages? Let's break it down a little bit. Visual art, when we think of that, and we think of expression or the social values. When we think in culinary art, actually, it's completely different. We think more about passion or nutrition or ingredients. What happened if we drew the line between art and cuisine? We create a new combination or combine gathering to the restaurant, something else new. Create a new art form, a unique platform to provide express feeling through the food and art. So that's exactly what our Food Experiment Society is going to do. It's going to be the first company to develop a new method for communication combining food and art, a new link between culinary art and visual art. This is one of the designs that AFES has been developed the last few months, and how we see it, it's a full combination of both values, visual art and culinary art. What AFES offers, it's a new artistic entertainment experience, new culinary experience, and new way to stimulate the sense, and it's most important to stimulate the intellect. At this point, all of you say, this guy is crazy. But kind of. This month, September 22nd, Ferran Alvarez is one of the most renowned chefs in the world. He created molecular gastronomy, and he will present down here in San Pete for the first time, making collaboration with a local chef, his own way to represent food combined with visual arts. So far right now, we know that museums and restaurants bring in a lot of money to town base, it's in 3%, and AFES will take advantage of that. Our food experiment performance from AFES has been presenting the last 2 years with successful presentation, increased traffic from 50% the first presentation to 150% or more in the last presentation. The business proposition is create a team presentation with purpose. We not only will you enjoy a full course dinner, we're only going to deliver a message and you're going to reflect at the same time. So if we look at this into the future, we're doing more than feed ourselves with ingredients. We reflect about what is going on in our lives. So this is more design created by AFES. This is 2-hour design that you will enjoy in the first presentation. That happened last year at the MFA here down in San Pete, Museum of Fine Art. Right now, chef is looking into this concept. They are trying to express more themselves through create a new concept inside the kitchen. And it's surprising how many chefs want to work in collaboration with this concept. The attraction would be start in the weekends, 2 presentations per weekend with 5 to 10 course meal, wine, pairing, sounds, multi-sensory experience. And revenue would be presented by studios, doing collaboration with galleries, different restaurants, and the cost would be $125 per person initially, and we will share profit with chef and gallery. Thank you, and you did a great job. I was discussing before the presentation with the panel in Greenhouse, and this presentation really fast because I know that you have a lot of questions. Any questions? Yes.
This is similar to Buddhist mindfulness eating.
Really?
Yes, it really is, because you sit, and you're staring at the food, and you're doing it in silence. The only difference is, do your people talk to the,
Yes,
they're talking to them. I was just wondering, because this concept looks like what I did in Atlanta every month, Buddhist mindfulness eating.
I even know about place. There are some places that they start to join the kind of philosophy in the market right now, because I believe that society needs more interaction with something different stuff. So AFES will offer like a show performance. So we're gonna combine the art as experience and the food will be part of the show. So it's gonna be a 3-hour show that you enjoy 10 courses, and then we're gonna interact with the audience.
How?
We're gonna present 10 courses. We're gonna enjoy it with sound, video, and then gonna touch it at some point to you reflect, and then I'm gonna serve it. You are design process.
Have you organized a venue yet for that? And does that venue have people that can invite to this that you think would attract it? How are you going to make it advertised or know?
We did some presentation the last year, and kind of for test the market, to try to bring some feedback to know what is going on, what will be next. The advertisement will be in collaboration with galleries. So we're going to create a collaboration with galleries and our studios, and then we're going to work together in how in the social media from AFES and social media from the guys that we're going to make a collaboration. We're going to work together to do the concept outside. The presentation will be presented for about 12 weeks, and it's going to be a cycle, like change. It's not going to be always the same, so we're going to have the opportunity to create new art courses, new way to redesign again the show. Yes.
It's a two-part question. So prior to it closing, I've been to El Bulli and outside of Barcelona. I've been to a handful of restaurants that his brother has in Barcelona as well. So what is, obviously so there's a food and wine pairing as well. So I'm assuming that that's your concept. And then what would be the differentiator between somebody coming to one of your events and then somebody going to a Michelin star restaurant like one of those? Is there a difference there? Who is actually preparing the food? Who's cooking it? Is there chefs that are you the chef or?
Yes.
Okay, so you're the chef. That's organizing it. Okay.
I would be like kind of a director.
Okay.
I have to work with both directions. So I'm going to create a new kind of show. So what happened with El Bulli is they are keeping focusing how you take a product, let's say a tomato, and then how they can present 20 courses that you never see before based on techniques in kitchen or in style. So I'm more keeping focusing how we can express ourselves with any kind of design, any kind of expression, and the food would be part of this event.
And where is the art coming? Because you showed some sculptures. I mean, are we talking about
it would
food
be
art?
all together. It would be a new art form. That's why it's so unique.
Okay, so you're basically bringing that concept of not having to travel the world and going to some of these restaurants and bringing it to the masses, or somebody else can go in and at your local event and experience.
Right. It will start local. Now we're going to do collaboration. That's the second stage in the project. The second stage, create the first art for the studio. So it will be a place where we can actually train a new chef, new generation chef, to new motivation to with some art courses our classes for get more into what is designed, how they can express themselves, create something new form, and then the audience can enjoy a completely different form. Yes.
Do you have a way to sort of immortalize their art, because it's art that's not permanent? So you're going to take pictures and have a book running for after every exhibition? Or?
Yes, good question. We're always going to keep like a file. So the idea and the idea of this is in the future work with more industries. So let's say that I can work in the future with the 3D companies, 3D printers. And then we can create new courses, and then we can redesign the courses and we can sell them.
Wow.
But the idea of that is expand the concept. The first step in this stage of the business is how we can put the concept outside, how audience or society can absorb first what is this concept, and then work in collaboration more with chef, and then open more a new way to increase.
To keep the art alive after
It's actually, some people that I've been presenting, they say that I'm creating a new movement inside art, and actually a new motivation to create a new style of t-shirt. It's kind of cool for me.
Is there any opportunity here for you to consult to restaurants to help them work on the decor and the lighting and the music and the food presentation to create a greater overall experience for their,
Yes.
to bring that artist's eye and that artist's viewpoint to an everyday restaurant that's more focused on just getting out food and doesn't have the eye and the sensibilities that you have for pulling all these elements together.
Yes, one of the ideas is actually work in collaboration with Art Institute or any kind of culinary school. They open a class, a course that a student can take and then can get more into what is this new concept. That's actually definitely an idea.
Because I liked the thoughts that the lady in the front had about the Buddhist dining experience. That when
I never had that because I get so deep into what I'm doing right now that I miss. And the market is more open to this kind of concept. And it's really surprising how more people get into it.
When I traveled in Japan, Japanese, the presentation of the food is almost an art form. And the way they lay out a bento box or the way they put the items in a noodle bowl when it's presented to you, it's just beautiful. And we seem to lack that
One
here.
of the things that I want to bring with this concept is start to get more into the market with the medium. So when you walk into the museum and you enjoy that exhibit, you always walk out of the museum with something, with the medium, with the expression that the artist at that moment tried to express, to connect with you. So that's one of the principal ideas in this concept. So those chefs right now, they are making beautiful courses, incredible things, but they have to put behind something else, like the same expression that art is using for a sentence. Yes?
Two questions. One, did I see or misunderstand a picture in the slide where there was actually attendee participation in something, where they were actually helping create some of the food, or was that something that just looked like that? In other words, people attending, was there anything, the only reason I brought it up is it looked like it could be an interesting team building experience in using food and the art to express, you mentioned expressing yourself, and the first thing that came to mind, because you were talking about art gallery, was Tom James and his people, Randy James, doing something as an experiential, combining big into art and that sort of thing. And the other question, having nothing to do with that, is have you taken this to Food Network?
Yes. But before that, have to make sure that the concept don't move into too commercial, which is good. So everyone needs money, but we need to keep the focus and try to. If not, I'm going to do the same like many people are doing right now. Really pretty ingredients, nutrition, and the art is going to be back again into what are here. For the first question that you made, I believe that yes, in some point that's the reason of this concept. So they can be so open that in some moment audience can be participate, in some moment not just want to listen, in some moment just want to enjoy it. It's going to be like a new experience. That's why
I know there's different people looking for different concepts and ideas for team building, and that might be a really cool thing.
yes, collaboration is pretty important in this concept. Any other questions? Yes.
What do you charge for something like this? How does it pay for it?
There are two different presentations. One would be more unique presentation, just 12 people, more unique show, and we would charge beginning $125, $125. So, but it's all depends.
For all 12 or per
No,
person?
per person. And it's going to be 10 courses, 10 different stories, 10 different wine and drink favorite. And but it's all depends how the market. If this, let's say that we make a collaboration with Ferran Adria, and then it's going to be, of course, the market is going to be demand more expensive, but we're going to keep it below possible so that people can reach this concept. And the other presentation we will open more like our food performance. So you will pay $45 ticket, and then you will enjoy the food in completely different way and the presentation in the gallery. 5 courses that probably you're gonna pick from the wall or from the ceiling, and then you're gonna pair wine and food. It's gonna be all keeping focused in art.
And that would be in like a larger group. How many?
Yes,
how many
from
people?
100 to 200 people. So, yes.
How much latitude do I have as a consumer for what the, can I tell you what a theme is, or how much input do I get before I start offending people? And by people, I mean artists.
Can you repeat this?
How much latitude, if I wanted to hire you, you said I can do an event for, say, 20 people, and if I had $125, $150 a person, do you come to me with the theme and the presentation, or do I have input as the consumer as to, if I say I would like a themed on, I'm football, there you go. Now the football season's starting. Maybe, or, say if I'm having something if I'm the Museum of Fine Arts and they're doing
That's a good
Japanese print thing, can I come to you and say, I want the food to have a Japanese print?
Yes. We're going to work in collaboration with you. We're going to take your idea, what you have in your mind at that moment, how you're going to enjoy your presentation, and then we're going to redesign the show, and then we're going to work in collaboration. So it's always open to new opinions.
So if I have themes or even specific ingredients or any ideas,
No,
you're open
the
to
kind
that?
of kitchen that we're going to use is actually more experimental and modern. So that's one of the good things in this concept, that the chef can improve more, not keep the focus on just one kind of food. They can open to research, to get more deep into create new flavors.
So I'm just trying to understand precisely what you are, whether, I'm not clear if you're a not-for-profit, a for-profit, are you a catering company that specializes in catering artistic
We will
events?
start, yes. When you expose your concept and then you go for legal license and all of that, you have, we're going to operate on the catering at the beginning, then when we open a place, we're going to probably make a collaboration with one of the advisors, because it's a new concept, so not sure right now, good question, not sure right now what AFES is going to in that kind of legal terms. But we're going to start like a catering, because when you go to register your company, it's not our food catering, so it's something new, so that's why.
So therefore, have you thought about target markets? I heard working with museums to
Yes.
curate
More money. In fact, so that's why I'm going to start from the bottom to investor know, get more tiny numbers, get more specific. We all know that in business, when you start, never the number is the same that you put away. So it's always 10% more or less. So I need to know more specifically to discuss with the investor and just to be more confident with this concept that it's new. So this whole thing is coming together. Right. Yes.
So I could ask the final question, what can we as a community do to help you?
AFES is looking for friendly investors right now, and it's looking for any collaboration. This concept is actually, in my opinion, new in the market, and any possible collaboration for any industry or any that want to be involved in this, it would be a lot of help.
Thank you so much. Great presentation. Thank you, everybody who came today. Welcome. There are a lot of new people in the audience. Remember, if you are interested in presenting up here, feel free to talk to any one of us with these shirts on, or JJ with a nice green shirt on. And visit Kawa. I believe there are 11 locations now, so if you're not sure where they are, kawacoffee.com and help you find that. Have a great week. Thanks.